Hello, my loves, and welcome to Create Your Life. My name is Simone Leah, and I am your host. And I am so excited to be here with you guys today because today we are talking about trusting your inner guidance and intuition as a creative entrepreneur. Now, I think this is a fantastic conversation to be had because sometimes as creative entrepreneurs, we're not really that interested in learning business systems or understanding how our accounting works or setting up the structures and all of that sort of thing that it takes to create a business. And so sometimes as a creative entrepreneur, we can get bogged down in what we need to do, when we need to do it, what we're even supposed to do to make money with our creative pursuits. So it can start to feel quite overwhelming and we can start to kind of lose the place within ourselves and what it is that we actually want to create for ourselves. So if this is you, this is going to be an amazing episode today because sometimes when we're doing all the external things and listening to the external noise, we can forget to listen to ourselves, and it's our inner guidance and trusting our intuition that's really going to make the biggest difference in the things we do to create that wealth and that business success. So if you're a creative and you have big dreams and big desires and big things you want to create in the world, whether that be art or music or dancing, or creative in the way of graphic design or wanting to create a podcast or YouTube channel, whatever it is for you, listening to this episode and learning how to listen to your intuition and trust what's coming through in your inner guidance and from yourself is going to be such a powerful tool. Now, the reason why this is important is because sometimes we can end up doing all of the things poorly and none of the things well. And by connecting in with ourselves, we're going to really be able to understand what the next moves are for us that are going to create the biggest impact. So, how do we do this? How do we connect in? So if you're someone who has regularly started meditating or doing things that really connect you to yourself, like you do a lot of journaling, or you go for walks in nature a lot, or you spend time alone and you really think about your life, you may find this process a lot easier. Now, one little exercise that you can do that I love doing is to practice feeling into yeses and nos in your body. So, for example, when you're wanting to make dinner, think of two very opposite things that you want. So say, or that you might want. So say you're thinking, I feel like a salad, or I feel like a really heavy, creamy pasta. Now, don't pick necessarily things that you don't enjoy so that like you're like, of course I would choose the pasta. I don't like salad. Don't do that. Pick things that have some contrast, like a hot food and a cold food. Or you could even think, I feel like something spicy or I feel like something sweet. You know, something where you can really get a clear indication of what your body actually wants, because your body has this innate wisdom that if you listen to it, it will never guide you astray. So when you're ready, just feel into yourself. Take a moment, feel into your heart, breathe into your heart space, and just think to yourself, if I wanted food right now, would I want savory food like pasta? Or would I want a sweet food like chocolate pancakes? And see what comes up. And your body is going to very clearly tell you if you want sweet or savory, hot or cold, spicy or sour. So that is how we start to practice listening to the yeses or nos. So if you've done that exercise and you think to yourself, do I feel like the sweet pancakes or do I feel like the savory pasta? And one of those items will make you kind of go, oh no, and the other one will be like, oh yes, okay? So that's how you know what your set point is of your yeses and your nos. So, oh no, you can kind of feel that in your gut going, no, I don't feel like that. Whereas the yeses are like full body, yes, that's what I feel like. And sometimes it can be the other way. Sometimes you've had too much sugar and the thought of sugar is like, no, I can't do it. So like any thought of sugar is a full no, and the savory is a full yes. So practice this exercise with things in your life. It could be as simple as deciding whether you want to do yoga in the morning or go for a run. you can put that option to yourself and you'll feel the no or the yes. I recommend doing this with easy things that you don't necessarily hold an attachment to currently, so that when the answer comes through, you know that it's not coming from your brain or your thinking part of you. It's coming from your innate wisdom, your inner strength. And starting to practice with these exercises is really going to help you to tune into that, so that when it comes to your working and your creating, you can really see what your next steps are. So how does this apply in business? Once you've been practicing this exercise and you've started to learn about what your yeses and your nos feel like in your body and feel like in your heart and soul, that's when you can start to use it to guide your business. So for example, and it couldn't be as simple as just choosing what feels like the funnest option to you in terms of the bigger picture stuff. So for example, if you're thinking to yourself, bigger picture, I really want to do, let's go for the example of an artist. I really want to do a gallery opening, but I really don't want to do products that just are like tea towels and cups and mugs and commercial stuff, okay? So the funner option for you is doing a gallery opening. So you might pick the gallery opening and you might be like, I don't really want to get into the merchandising side of things. So bigger picture, you can kind of just think to yourself, what is going to be the funnest option to me? What is the option I want to do? What is it that I want to create? And that's really easy. But it's when it comes to the little things that you really need to start listening to your guidance, the daily activities. So what I recommend, once you now know your bigger picture is to do the gallery opening, in the mornings when you get up, just sit down with a pen and paper, take a minute to breathe into your heart space, just connecting and grounding in. Picture your beautiful heart and breathing into that space. Just for 3 full breaths, 3 nice, even, long breaths, breathing in and out. And then having a pen and paper next to you, ask yourself, what are the 3 things that I can do today that are going to get me to doing my gallery opening, or to get me having my art in a gallery? And just write the top 3 things that come up for you, the first things that come to mind, and take those actions and take them first. You know, there are things that you might think you have to do, but if you can learn to listen in and trust your intuition and your guidance, you're going to find that the 3 actions that came through in that exercise are going to be the 3 things that move you the most far forward. So one of them, it might have been like ring such and such a person, and you've been putting it off, you're afraid of it. But your intuition knows that it's for your highest good. So your intuition has said, you've got to ring this person, ring this person. And then you ring that person, and that will move your business so far forward. Whereas, for example, if you just have that on your list and you don't really want to do it and you don't have any energy towards it, you're putting it off, you're procrastinating about it, you could have that on your list for another 6 weeks and push this whole thing back because you're avoiding doing the thing that you need to do. Whereas by sitting down in the morning and really connecting in and asking, what are the 3 things that I can do today that will move me closer to my goal? And acting on those 3 things, regardless of how you feel, regardless of if you're nervous or afraid or worried, and just acting on them because they're the first 3 things that came through, that is going to be phenomenally powerful in moving your creative pursuits, your business. That's going to move you forward. So this is a great exercise. It's definitely one of my favorite exercises. I love doing this. I do it every day. And it's just a really fun one because it takes a lot of the pressure away. Instead of having your massive to-do list of, say, 40 items, you can literally just be like, what are the 3 things that I need to do today to move my life forward, my business forward, my creative pursuit forward? And it could be even, you know, you might get told, reach out to 10 new people today, because the universe knows that the people you pick in this mood, 2 of them are going to be the people that are going to help move you forward. You know, every day you have a different vibration. Every day you're coming from a different place. So every day the guidance is going to be different and the result is going to be different. So listening to your intuition, the universe is going to guide you in the actions that are in the most alignment for you in your life on this particular timeline. So it's going to help you to move forward, knowing what days to take action and what days not to take action, and on that particular thing. You know, you might be thinking, I need to do X, Y, Z, but if it didn't come up in your top three, yes, you can still take the action, but maybe it wasn't the most important action. And so I think it's very important that when you do this exercise every morning before you start work, that you do those first three things first, because once you've done those three things, you may see that there are other things that you need to be doing from your massive to-do list that are more important. Now, another great thing about learning to listen to your intuition is learning to know what's not for you, what's not your thing. Another great way to do this is if you need to reach out to someone and say for example, you want to explore the option of putting your art into different galleries. You don't know which gallery to choose. Learning to listen to your intuition will help you to know which gallery is for you. So for example, say you type into Google art galleries in such and such an area. Literally go down the list and say, is this the gallery I need to ring? Is this the gallery I need to ring? Is this the gallery I need to ring? Set the intention before you do the action. And you'll hear no, no, no. And then the one that you do ring, that might be the one that's got the opening. It might be the one that's going to get you to where you go. But it might not be. But you've been guided to ring that one. And so in 12 months' time, you've already developed that relationship with that art gallery opener, but you didn't need them 12 months ago when you did the exercise. But maybe in 12 months' time, they know someone who's got an even bigger gallery in a different city that wants you to travel there and get paid to take your art there. Like, you just don't know what the universe is guiding you to do. But if you go down the list of things, say for example, as we're talking about with the art galleries, and you have a list of 10 and you say, is this the gallery I'm supposed to ring? No. Is this the gallery I'm supposed to ring? No. Is this the gallery I'm supposed to ring? Yes. There's going to be something in that that gets you closer to your long-term goal, your bigger picture goal. So even if it doesn't look like it's in alignment right now, there's a reason why that has come up as a yes for you. Now, other ways you can use this as a creative is knowing what products to put out and when to put them out. Again, going with the idea of being an artist, you might be thinking to yourself, what sort of products do I want to put out? Listen to the answers when you look at your options. If you're looking at the options of, do I make my own brand of t-shirts? Do I get someone to put my art onto their t-shirts? What do I do? You can listen into your intuition, your guidance on what is the best thing for you at that time. And that may change. You don't have to get stuck into something for the rest of your life. You don't have to make a decision today or listen to your guidance today and then that's it forever. You get to listen to your intuition and see where it leads you, enjoying the journey of how your life evolves. So it's a really fun practice to start listening to your intuition and your inner guidance and allowing that to affect the way you work in terms of your most important tasks. Now, I do want to put the caveat here that I'm not saying that you can't do your to-do list. If your intuition doesn't tell you that you need to do your accounting, you still need to do your accounting, okay? You just may not be guided to do a certain thing, or you could use it to guide you. You could use your intuition to guide you to an accountant that is the right accountant for you, the accountant that's going to help you set things up. Or one day your intuition might say it's time to get a bookkeeper. So learning to use this intuition is going to help you in so many ways, but there are still going to be things that you have to do, like your accounting. So just on that little caveat of still doing the things you have to do, make sure that when you are doing your day, you are doing revenue generating activities. You are doing things that move you forward. So the way I would do this is I would do that exercise in the morning, do those first three things that came through by your intuition, and then start to do the other things that you know you need to do. Now, a great way to structure your day that I recently heard about that I really enjoy is do the maintenance tasks first. Do them in the morning. The maintenance tasks could be, you might once a week on a Monday morning or on a Monday, you sit down and do your accounting. So make that's a maintenance task. You do that every week. So do that in the morning so you can tick that off. You might have another maintenance task of doing social media like every single day. Do that first thing in the morning, or schedule it in the afternoon, not as a maintenance task, because it becomes a doing task if you're doing a block of something. schedule that in the afternoon, do all of that, and then just do the maintenance in the mornings of checking the comments and responding to people's emails and messages and all of that sort of stuff. That's a maintenance task. So do your three most important things that your intuition has led you to do. Then do your maintenance tasks for the day, and then go into the other activities that you know you need to do to move the business forward. It could be creating more art. It could be writing a new song, whatever it is. But if you can get some of the maintenance tasks done first and the intuition led tasks done first, you're going to move into that creative second phase of the day, feeling a lot lighter and a lot more at ease, knowing your maintenance tasks are done. So thank you for being here today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope that you've learned something. I hope you can see how easy it is to start incorporating listening to your intuition and trusting your inner guidance in your business to help to guide you in the direction that you want to go long term. I hope that this has helped you to get an understanding of some of the ways that you can apply your intuition and your inner guidance to everyday activities and how you can structure your day to get the most out of it. And if you can think of anybody else who would enjoy this video, please feel free to share it with them, send the link to them, or if you want to tell me what you thought of the video, I would love to hear from you. Send me a message, respond to this video or audio if you're listening to the podcast. I would love to hear from you guys, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon.